a card like this. If we take the card, lay it on the table like that, take a coin, toss it in the hand, blow on it, snap my fingers, toss it down in the card, it actually goes right down underneath the card, and there's your coin, like that. Coin through card. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Monty from Monty's Magic, and this is my third video on how to palm a coin. The first video covered the thumb palm. The second video covered the classic palm, and in this one we'll be going into detail about the finger palm and all the different variations, tons of different variations that you can do with the finger palm. I'll also be teaching you a couple of subtleties and slightly advanced techniques with the finger palm, and we'll finish up with a couple of complete routines that you can do using the finger palm. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel, don't forget, and let's get started. Lots more videos like this to come. I think the finger palm is one of the easiest palms to do. Like any palm, it's a method of concealing the coin in your hand so nobody knows how to do what you're doing. Most magicians, when they finger palm, balance it on these two fingers right here. So, and then they can simply curl it in like that. So if you curl it over, the main thing is notice how both hands look very natural. You can gesture with your hands. You can use your hands. Here's basically what I'm doing. Okay, from different angles. You just gesture with your hands. They look very natural in there. And like I said with the classic palm, in a previous example, you don't always have to have the coin palmed. I think that's really important in all palms. Sometimes it can just be rested in your hand. Like, for example, when you're gesturing, as long, say your audience is down over there, well, they can't see the palm in your hand. You can learn how to tilt it. So I'll do it with the against one of the cameras here. And if you learn how to tilt it, you notice you can actually go quite a ways down before the coin starts showing. I'll do it slowly. Okay, you can actually go quite a ways down before this coin starts showing. So you could easily just go like this and nobody would see the coin. You could talk. There's also a very important subtlety with the coin, because the nice thing is to be able to show your hand empty. It's called a Ramsey subtlety, but where if your fingers are curled slightly like that, you can actually show most of your hand here like this, and they cannot see the coin. So your hand looks very, very empty this way. You can show it like this, and it looks like total empty. I frequently, when I have it in finger palm, I'll point like this. So that gives a reason for the fingers to be curled in like this and look very natural. With it palmed in between the two fingers here, you can easily pick something up like another coin here, because these two fingers are completely available to use. The main thing is learn to relax. If you just turn your hand over and relax, look at that, automatically goes into finger palm. Now, these two fingers are completely free to use. You can move your pinky finger here a lot, which is kind of important in the moves. Just that way it gives it a more relaxed look. And you can also, a lot of times, you can also concentrate the palm either on this finger or this finger. And now that's very important. For example, if I concentrate on this finger, I actually have use of all my fingers but one, which is really good. And even that one can be used to some minor extent. For example, with my thumb there like that. So I think that's really good. If I concentrate it on the other finger here, so I'm just concentrating it on one finger like this, then I have really use of all the fingers. And remember, it doesn't always have to be finger palm. So you can do things like wiggle your hand, use it. So most of the time when I'm finger palm, I have it in the basic position that most magicians use for the two fingers like that. But most of the time, I'm really only using one finger to palm the coin. So it looks like this. Okay, and that gives me total control over pretty much all my fingers and can really make them look natural. I can, for example, let's just do a simple vanish where we just take the coin and I'll just pretend to put it in the hand. It's still finger palm over here, not over here. So I'll just pretend to put it in the hand. I can point like this. I could even do something like snap my fingers over it like that, because notice I have complete use, so I can even snap my fingers. I can really do a lot with it here, which is really pretty incredible for such an easy palm to learn. So we'd make it vanish like that. Tap my finger, snap my finger if I want, do a little gesture over it. For the gesture, I'm just kind of going like this, like I'm sprinkling some magic dust over it. So I could say something like, grab a little magic dust here and sprinkle it over it. Look how natural that looks. Most magicians will tell you, once you finger palm, immediately drop the hand to the side and make it look relaxed. I kind of disagree with that, because I think it's much better if you can use the hand. I never get burned on any kind of palm, but I actually hold out. What they hold out is keeping the coin in your hand when for long periods of time. I actually hold out with the coin in my hand. Sometimes through a full routine. I'll keep it there a long time because I've learned to keep my hand natural, to use the hand, things like that. And for example, I might make this coin vanish, take this one like this, okay, and wiggle it around. Okay, people think this is in here. I'll take this one, maybe do something like that. See, look at that. I'm still finger palm, but I've got, because I have these three fingers, I have total use of that. So this hand looks very, very empty. I can, do all kinds of things with it. So then, earlier you saw me thumb palm. So I can do something like balance this on my finger here. I can bring this up into thumb palm, toss it in there, and now both coins are gone. I have one in finger palm down here, like this, and one thumb palm. You can do a lot with it. Let's say you had a playing card laying out. So you take the coin, you pretend to put it in there, vanish it, tap like that. And to make it even exciting, I'll grab a card here. Look at that, it's still finger palm. I'll take it and wave it over, the card over like that, tap it with the card, and it's totally gone. Open your hand slowly like that. I always like to open it little fingers first because I think that looks more magical, because if you open this side first, I don't know, to me that looks kind of weird. Where if you do like this, you're just kind of working your way up to the whole hand. But that's a matter of preference. A lot of magicians do it this way and it's fine. I just always do the little finger first. 1, 2, 3, and then I open this to show my hand completely empty. I don't know, you compare. You got this versus that. Doesn't look the same to me, but that's up to you. Use whichever you like. Both are good. Okay, but then it's there like that. Now I'll show you another little thing, because since this is the third video on palming, I'm going to start adding a few more things with it, like talking a little bit more about vanishes and things like that. A finger palm, I personally feel, is one of the easiest to do, so it's a good time to start adding some of these other things. This vanish is not a retention vanish per se, but people will actually see that they think it went in the hand. All you're doing is acting, really. It's gone. And from an exposed point of view, all I'm doing is relaxing as I turn it over, pull it out, and now it's gone. So mainly it's acting, this particular vanish. I'll just put it in here. Now, one thing I do when I'm vanishing, and you might take a note of this a lot of times, a lot of times when I vanish, I lay one hand on top of the other, and as I'm turning this over, I just curl these fingers right around the hand. These fingers here never leave contact with the back of my hand until I actually pull it out. To me, that looks more natural. Again, a matter of preference. You do whichever you think is best for you, but give it a try. I think it's a very easy way to do the vanish and looks very good. When I start doing, I will be doing a series of videos on how to vanish a coin, showing you every way I know to vanish a coin, which is a lot of them. And you'll find that very, very helpful on that. I'm not going to explain this one too much right now, but one I do frequently use a retention vanish, where I'll show the coin like this and it's gone. And you probably saw a flash of that one when you, even in the camera. The nice thing about this one is no matter what angle I'm from, the coin actually turns over. So since it's in the turning process, no matter where you are, you get one flash of the coin. It's really pretty simple, but this one does take a lot of practice. We'll talk about clip palms later, where you're clipping a coin, but I am actually clipping a coin like this, and I'll go into my next video is on how to clip palm a coin, how to use clips for palming a coin. But basically what I'm doing is I start with it here. I take this finger and I just, almost like a coin roll from the palm of the hand. I'll take this video, I bring it here, and then that turns it over. And notice how by doing that, see, it makes one resolution. I've got multiple cameras going here, so I'll try and, if I get good videos on every camera, I'll try and switch it from camera to camera. But on every camera, you should see one flash of the coin as it turns over. So you get one little flash that creates the retention. And then what I do is I do this, it rolls over like that, and since it's clipped, I just simply pull it out and point. Okay, so for this finger palm, I take it, I flip it like that as I turn my hand over, and then I use this thumb to put it into finger palm position. So in slow motion, it starts out here, goes over, and then we drop into finger palm position like that. So basically, it's like this. Now, I'm not in finger palm position yet. I'm still clipped. I point, okay, and then I drop it into finger palm like that. Usually when I make a little dirt ball, I'm making a little pass over it, over my hand or something like that, and it's gone. Now, another move that's slightly more advanced for this one, but I know you'll enjoy it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to vanish the coin like this, okay? But then I'm going to show my hands empty. And I think that's great. And then we're back here like that, okay? And I can show them empty again if I want. So basically, they see every side of the hand empty. Okay, here's what's happening on that. I finger palm. I start this clip vanish like this, okay? I let it drop into finger palm. Okay, so it goes like this. I'll do it without this hand for right now. Goes like this, goes up to a curl, bring it into finger palm. Now my hand is like this, and then I just pivot it back over like that. So now it's under the hand. So here's what I'll try and give you an exposed view here. Okay, so we go like this, over, there, and then back. Okay, I love this vanish. I do this vanish most of the time, and then when I'm taking it back out, I just curl it back in like this, so that way everything's hidden from the view of the audience. So I just curl it back in like this, tap, and so now they've seen the palm of the hand empty, they've seen this side of the hand empty, both sides. So in actual practice, at speed, this is what it looks like. And it'll probably look good on no matter which camera I use here. But we'll take it, okay, like this. Gone. You've seen everything empty. Now, if you want to, I'll show you one more little advanced move here. While it's here, if you roll this hand like this, if you roll it, you can bring it right back into that hand. So basically from here, I'm just rolling the hand over and just kind of pushing up in the hand like that, and now it's in this hand. If you can classic palm or finger palm, any of the palms actually, with both hands, you can take it like this, show it this way, roll the hand over, and use these hands, this hand, to push it right up into finger palm or classic palm position. So I would be here, okay, I'm going to use this here like that. So I'm just doing like that. And what I'm going to do is, as it slides off right here, I'm going to use this finger to just push it. Actually, I guess sometimes I use both fingers to just push it right up into finger palm. So I would slide it off like this, push it right up. I'm pushing it in now, and now it's in finger palm. So I've moved it, I've switched it from finger palm here to finger palm over here, just in that simple move there. I can do the same thing in classic palm. All I have to do is start my hand a little further back just by rolling it over and taking the fingers and pushing it right up into classic palm there, like that. And now I have it in classic palm over here. One of the things I really like to teach when I'm teaching palms like this is mainly to relax your hands so they feel normal. Do things like that. These are just very normal gestures. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it because I'm relaxed. And if I'm relaxed, they won't see it. I can do things like that. If you relax, then you're in good shape. Also, you need to learn to transfer it. On the video in classic palm, which is the video just before this, I talked an awful lot about going in and out of palm, in palm, out of palm. It's just balanced on my fingers. And after the row, I'm back in palm like this. But you also want to be able to transfer the coin. I did talk a little bit about this in the classic palm video, but you want to be able to transfer it a lot. Now, I already talked a little bit about transferring it to this finger or this finger. That's a simple transfer, which allows you to really show your hands empty because you're switching between finger and finger. So I'm able to use any finger that I want like that and show any finger I want completely free. But there's a lot more ways to do that. Don't just finger palm in these two fingers. Frequently, I will push the coin down like this. My hands are a little oily right now. But I'll push the coin down like this, and a lot of times I'm just finger palming with my pinky finger. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And that really frees up all my fingers. So now when I pick something up, it looks very natural. Check this out. I can even pick up my cell phone, okay? Talk on my cell phone like this, drop the cell phone down, and I'm still back in this case I switched to two finger palm again, but now it's the pinky finger and the ring finger. And actually this is probably where I keep it most of the time, just like this, which gives me really a lot of freedom because it's pretty normal for these two fingers to be curled in a little bit anyway as you're gesturing with the other fingers. Snapping the fingers are always curled in like that. Pointing, they're always curled in. Picking something up, they're always curled in. So it's really a nice place to finger palm a coin. You can also push it up all the way and just finger palm with this coin. Now that gives you complete view here. And that is very useful if you want to look like you're holding something here and want to have use of this. An example of that would be to make the coin vanish and then brush the back of the hand. So for example, this time I'm doing like this and just holding it there. And then I'm using these fingers to just flick the back of the hand in slow motion. In slow mo this time I'll palm with the middle finger and the pointer finger here. I'll put it over there like that, so it's right here, okay? Put it over there like that, and just flick. Now, when I flick, I'm not palmed again. You don't need to be palmed all the time. People who, a lot of magicians, when they put it in finger palm, they stay there. They gotta stay in finger palm. Well, you don't. Again, you can relax. You can relax. You can move it. You can move it around. You can switch it from one palm to another, down to another, back up like this, and just by simply sliding the coin from one palm to another. So, but on this one, okay, remember I said when I go under here, I'm not palming it. Well, likewise, when I'm brushing, I'm not palming it. But what am I doing here? I'll make the coin vanish, and then I'll brush the back of the hand. Look at that. All my fingers are open. What did I do? I'm not palming anymore. I turned it over, and then when I brushed, I just put my thumb there and held it. So here's what I'm doing. It's there. For the vanish, it's here. Okay, they think it's in this hand. Okay, it goes over like that. And then for the brush, I bring my fingers back, but I just hold it here with my thumb. And now I have all my fingers free. Back into that, I have my thumb free. So you can go from your thumb free, which looks very natural, to all your fingers free just by holding it here. I'm not in any palm, I'm just holding the coin. So it's very easy you can show your hand like this, relaxed, or you can show it like that, relaxed. And you want to sit, and then suddenly you want to do something with it, you just reach over here and pick it up. Now you're actually using the hand. Very, very natural movement. So basically, I'll try and do that as slow as I can. I'm here. I vanish the coin. It's still here. People think it's over there. I vanish the coin like this. Okay. I hold it to relax the hand. I bring the thumb free. I just move it back and forth like this. Okay. So so it would look something like that or like that, depending on what I'm doing. See, like that, like that. Now, but when I'm picking it up, now I'm back in finger palm right now, just one finger palm, the middle finger, and I can reach over, pick up this coin. This hand, if I hadn't vanished it, say I walk out with a coin in my hand, and I want it to look normal, I can walk out with it finger palm like this, pick up this coin. Look at that, it looks empty. Okay. I can rub it back and forth. Both hands look the same, but all this time I'm finger palming a coin there. Okay? Like that. I just switched coins, and now this coin is over here, finger palm. And all I did is just simply pretend like I toss it over in the hand, and there it is. If I want to pretend like I tossed it back, there it is. And all I'm doing is just simply pretend like I throw the coin in my hand. It's really more acting than anything else. The timing is important. But you go like this and like that. Boom. Okay. And all I'm doing, okay, now the coin's in this. Let's say I'm using two coins, both of them finger palm. I could actually walk out on stage with nothing in my hands like this, reach over, produce one coin from my elbow, like this, show the coin so everybody sees it. One coin, just one coin. But if I lay that down, I actually have one more over here in my elbow. Like that, or a kid's ear, or whatever you want to do. Makes it very versatile if you understand some of the basics. So here's what happened. Walked out on stage, one coin palmed in this hand, one coin palmed in this hand. So I have two coins palmed. I'm very, very natural. I'm gesturing. I'm doing all kinds of things as I'm talking. So my hands seem very empty. There's no reason for them to suspect they have anything in it. So whenever I want to produce a coin, let's say I was going to produce it from the table here, I just reach over. I'll do it at an angle, but I'm going to produce it from right here. So I'll do it over here, though. I'll reach over. I drop this down to fingertip like this. and then pick it up, and there's the coin. And then I can do the same thing over here, and there's the coin. Both coins like that. So you very versatile. I could take this coin like this, walk out again, gesturing. I could reach over, produce one over here. Okay, take it like this, toss it down that hand. I just moved it back into palm, but because I'm using a finger, they think it's empty, and I gestured immediately afterwards, hiding the coin in a little subtlety there because you can't see it. I gestured immediately afterwards, turn the hand over, open it up, and there it is. One coin. I know it's one coin because there it is, one coin. And all I'm doing now is just switching it back and forth like I just said. Okay, letting you see this one, letting you see this one, letting you see this one, da da da. And slow motion, okay? Kind of fun, yeah? Okay. I think it's important. I've said this in other videos, but I think it's important. A lot of people try to do things. I've seen many people try to carry a coin for long periods of time. So they'll put it in classic palm and see how long they can keep it there. I don't think that's the way to do it. What's more important is when I was first learning coin magic, I did many times and very successfully. I would get up in the morning, immediately put a coin in my bed, in my hand. I'd have it right next to the alarm clock. So either before I would turn off the alarm clock or immediately afterwards, I would put a coin in my hand. And my goal was to keep it there all day with nobody noticing. And I've done that many a time, especially in the early years when I was practicing. All day long, I would have a coin in my hand. Did I palm it the whole time? Gosh, no. I would just have it in different places. I even went so far as to, by doing that, trying to make sure that I could do anything I would do normally with the coin in my hand. I learned to type with a coin in my hand. I can classic palm and type with a coin in my hand. That's probably the hardest of all the things I've tried to do. If you touch type, you know you're using all the fingers. I would type in that like that. I did find that a lot of times when I'm doing that, I would just take and balance the coin on the back of the hand, and then I can type just fine, and then back. So sometimes I did do that, but that was very helpful too, because then I would learn to balance a coin in the back of the hand, and you notice from some camera angles, again, that can't be seen, which is very useful. Very useful. And you can also, if you're into sleeving, you can also let it slide. That didn't work. You can also let it slide right down into the sleeve if you're in sleeving from that. But enough on that. Anyway, I would just go from here and over to here, and then I would do my typing. That's how I would do it a lot, and just keep the coin in my hand all day. Of course, that would have been noticed by somebody watching my hand, so I only did that when nobody was watching. A lot of times I would thumb palm when I'm doing it. I would thumb palm, which frees up actually everything. And I found most of my typing was easier to do with thumb palm and classic palm. So a lot of times I would switch between those two palms. I would be either thumb palm or classic palm when I'm doing it. And the other biggest challenge I did in one of the later videos, I'll teach you how to do it. But I also, one of my goals, and I can do that now, I do it all the time, I haven't done it in a while, but is I wanted to be able to walk up with a coin in my hand, shake somebody's hand, and then produce a coin. And I can do that. You might try it. It can be done, but it's probably the second most difficult thing I do. I actually thought it would be the hardest, but it's the second most difficult. Typing was the hardest of all the things I tried to do, and I used to even keep records of everything I did. I'm going to do a video on all-day palm pretty soon and cover how to palm with multiple objects, but that's a little down the road. That won't happen for a while. So anyway, you can do that, but how you do that, you have to learn to transfer transfer to the back of the hand, transfer back, like that. And all I'm doing is putting it here, and I'm just pivoting the hands around, and there it's on the back. Pivot it back. Now I'm in finger palm. So I can go finger palm, back of the hand. Okay, that's one move, like that. I can go from finger palm up to thumb palm, very easy. I can from there easily drop it back into finger palm, like this. Finger palm to classic palm. It's hard. I'm trying to do it where I can show you, where normally I would do it underneath like this and have it in classic palm. But finger palm to classic palm, the easiest way to do that is just slide it forward a little bit like that, and then you can push it right up into classic palm. So if you like this, you can go right up into classic palm there. We've covered, we covered part of the clip palm. This is just one clip. Like this, okay. We've covered part of a clip palm. The next video will be extensive on clip palming. We've covered the finger palm in multiple positions, and we've covered the classic palm, okay. And we've covered the classic palm, and we've covered the thumb palm. So just start practicing how to switch from one palm to the other. Finger palm to thumb palm for me is real easy because I do that a lot. Thumb palm, finger palm, thumb palm, finger palm, thumb palm, finger palm. Same thing with classic palm, finger palm. They're pretty easy to switch back and forth. Some of the others take a little more practice. But if you work on those, you'll have that mastered in no time. Okay, that's the basic of finger palm. Probably the most common method of finger palming and vanishing a coin at the same time is what's called the French drop. I'll cover this in much more detail later, but most of you know what this is. Where you hold a coin like this, and you reach over, grab the coin, toss it in the hand, give it a little squeeze, and there it is. Well, all I'm doing is I'm holding a coin like this. This is called a French drop. You reach in, and as you're starting to take the coin, you just let it drop into a finger palm position. Pretend to take the coin, and a lot of times I'll just blow on it, toss it right back in the hand, and there it is. Slow motion. Take the coin, let it drop into finger palm position, blow on it, toss it in the hand, give a little squeeze, and there it is. So at speed, it would look something like this. And there it is. We'll take a coin. We'll use two items. A coin here. I'm using a silver dollar. A card, like this. If we take the card, lay it on the table like that, take a coin, toss it in the hand, blow on it, snap my fingers, toss it down in the card, it actually goes right down underneath the card, and there's your coin, like that. Coin through card, or coin under card, whatever you want to call it. Okay, how is that done? I put a coin on the table, I put a card on the table. I'm keeping a secret coin. Yes, I'm using two coins, finger palm in my hand. I walk out, I show the coin like this. This one's still finger palmed over here. I lay it down. I take the card, show it the same way. Notice both hands look pretty much the same. Okay, but I am finger palming over here. At some point, okay, here's all I did. As I turn this card over, this hand goes like that. Okay, so I'm doing like this, and as I turn this card over, this hand goes like that. So now the coin is under the card. I can show this hand empty. I can reach over, pick up the card, show this hand empty, like that. Actually, all I did when I reached over, showed this hand empty. When I reached over, I just grabbed both the card and the coin there, like that. Show this hand empty, lay the card and the coin, lay them both down. Now it's simply a matter of just vanishing this coin, tossing it in there, do a few little gestures if you want, toss it in there, snap your fingers if you want, whatever. And show the coin. This is still finger palmed over here. Like that, show the coin. There it is. And you've performed a miracle. You can do the same thing with any item. We'll do it this time with a napkin, a coin, and a napkin. Nothing in the napkin. If you really, I've got a coin and a napkin. I've got the napkin here, the coin here. If you really want to make it interesting, you can start off with a napkin that's not folded and a coin. I'll use a coin and I'll use this napkin. I'll fold the napkin. Okay? Look at that. I'm finger palm the whole time. I'll fold the napkin. Let's fold it twice. Lay it down here on the table. Okay? Let's fold it twice. We'll lay it down here on the table. I just stuck the coin underneath there. Now it's just a matter of making this one vanish. Whoop, like that. And when I pick this up, the coin is underneath. If I want to repeat it, a la cup and ball routine, whoop, boom, it's there again. Look at this. I can repeat this over and over. I can use some of the vanishes I showed you in earlier videos, like that, and do it many, many different ways. Many, many different ways. Check that out. Any vanish that you want to use, we can put there. Okay, toss it there. This time we'll use a toss vanish, okay, where you take the coin. If you go back to, I think my thumb palm video, or a couple of my videos actually show this really well, where we take the coin, toss it right down in there, do a little flick, and there it is under the napkin. If I take it one more time, maybe this time we'll push it down through the napkin, and there it is. I take this coin, push it, make it vanish. It's up here. I grab the napkin, show this coin, and as I do that, I just place this one back on the table, and we'll do it over and over and over again. One more routine, and then we'll call it a day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've got lots more videos like this coming, but we'll do one more trick, one more routine with using the finger palm. Finger palm in a coin purse. Some of you like to work with coin purses. It's kind of fun. We've got a coin purse here. I love doing this. We'll open the coin purse, okay, and drop out one coin. You can show them nothing else in the coin purse, nothing there at all. We'll close the coin purse, lay it on the table. If I take this and just push it right down in the coin purse, open the coin purse, and it goes right inside. Okay, two ways that you can do this. You have a coin purse here. You show everybody the coin purse, open it up, and you show one coin, only one coin in the coin purse. We'll take that coin, okay, toss it back in the purse, just like that, or it's thumb palmed, finger palmed, okay, or we can take it and toss it in, or we can just cross like this, toss it in, snap our fingers, however you want to make it vanish. Lots of different ways you can make it vanish. And then open the coin purse, and it's back inside. Okay, that one, what we did is I started off with one coin in the coin purse, one finger palmed. I opened the coin purse, dumped this one out, showed it empty, showed only one coin, one here inside the purse. Now when I go to reach to pull it back out, all I do is just stick my fingers in and pull the one I have finger palmed out. So basically all I'm doing is just reaching inside like I'm pulling one out, and then just pull this one back out. So I still have one in there. Close the coin purse. Now it's just a simple matter of vanishing this one. It's inside the coin purse. That's the easy way. The harder way is to have one in a coin purse, okay? Actually open the coin purse, show your coin in there, show it empty like this, nothing inside. Now this one, what makes this one harder is when I transfer over here and show it empty with this hand, what I did was I show it like this, I'm finger palmed here, I grab like this, and let me do it, I'll try and do it at an angle where you can see. I grab like this, so basically I'm grabbing a flap here, like this, and the coin is finger palm there, but it's covered, so I can show it empty like this, and now all I have to do is drop it the west way in as I close that. So now we have one coin in here, finger palm. So basically, one more time, here's what it looks like. The coin is in the purse. I come out and say, I'm going to do a little magic with the coin purse. I have one secretly finger palmed over here, but notice I'm using my hands again to make them look natural. I drop this coin out. I show nothing in the coin purse. I reach over, I'm going to grab this one, drop it in here, and I show nothing in the coin purse a different way. I can even shake it and show nothing in there. Remember, I have one secretly palmed in here like this. I then drop it, let it fall down inside the rest of the way. As I close this, now it's just a simple matter and using any vanish that you want to use. If you like French drops, that's a good one. There, and then it falls right in. And now just simply open up the point. I have it dropped over here in French drop position. Open it back up, show the coin, show it empty, only one coin. Ta-da, take your bows.